Welcome back. I know it's been a minute since I've posted, but I'm back now, and Martha and I are at Mount Hood, and we are just super excited to hike up on this mountain today. This is gonna be the first video of several. We're going on a big Oregon and Northern California road trip, and this is just our first stop. But yeah, today we are gonna be hiking about halfway up the mountain, up to that little, it's called the Barrett Spur, I think. And last night it was raining and storming and I was kind of worried. But today, as you can see, it's just crystal clear blue. Absolutely gorgeous. And the mountain looks so awesome. So yeah, we are just driving to the trailhead now, and we're gonna get hiking and talk more about the mountain in this trip and once we get going. So let's go. Martha and I are now out on the trail, and we are currently walking through this burned forest full of these ghostly white pines. I think this forest must have burned like, I don't know, maybe 5-10 years ago, because the saplings are still pretty small. But there's been a lot of fires up at Mount Hood in the past decade or so, and luckily there are none going on right now because Oregon is just absolutely covered in wildfires, but there are none here. And the big storm we had to sit through last night has washed away all the smoke, so it's very clear because of that. As you can see here though, some of the biggest trees, the absolute monsters, did survive the fire because their bark is so thick. This is a very large Douglas fir.
Did you eat that? The blueberry?
They're huckleberries.
Huckleberry?
Oh my god, they're so good.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. We just found some huckleberry bushes. And the huckleberries are huge. They're really big ones. Wow. Oh, can you eat these along the trail, I guess.
That's actually really good. There's so many of them.
These are like my favorite berries ever. They're so good.
I'll just get diarrhea later.
I hope not. I don't think we will. Berries. So tasty. Give you guys a little bit more backstory on the trip before today, because we have been on the road for a couple days now. We started in Utah and drove all the way to my family's house in Idaho, and then to Martha's family's house in Washington. So we've kind of been staggering the first kind of boring part of the drive, because the drive from Utah to like Mount Hood most of the way is not that interesting. Right now we are currently taking a little break. Martha's going to the bathroom and I'm just sitting here enjoying the view, and you can see right there that is called the Pinnacle. It's this little spur that kind of comes out of the ground here, and then Hood's just kind of in the background here. We're 1,000 feet up and 2 miles in. The total hike is going to be around 12 miles and 4,500 feet of elevation gain, so it's quite the stair climber of a hike. All of these pink flowers, I think, are fireweed. And fireweed is always one of the first and main plants to grow back after a fire. We are currently taking a break in this nice little meadow here, and I'm having a Cliff Bar. That's all we got on the trail today. Cliff bars and bananas, pretty much. Martha is absolutely cooking me up this hill because she's really fast from doing her wilderness job all year. So we've been absolutely trekking up this hill. We've now gained 2,000 feet of elevation. So that's only halfway of what we're gonna get. So a lot more steep hills to go. Unfortunately, clouds have kind of socked in Mount Hood and our other volcanoes to the north, but we're hoping it'll clear off. And at the very least, even if it doesn't clear off, we saw it this morning and it's still very pretty here. As you can see, we have a very, very, very big, like biggest patch of, they're called lupin that I've ever seen, all blooming with their purple flowers. And then there's also a lot of this Indian paintbrush, which is this red pink thing. Currently, Martha and I are having a debate whether this flower is red or pink. I think it's red, she thinks it's pink. Let me know what you guys think. Hey, that was a rhyme. Wow. Anyway. Pretty much out of the trees now, just the little short ones left, and as you can see, we're kind of at the base of the main mountain, and it's just shrouded in clouds right now, but it's looking pretty cool, those bare rock slopes. Feels like we're on top of the world and we're not even close to the top of the mountain yet, or where we're even going. But here's our view. We're almost to the top of the clouds, like we're almost level with them. Once we go up a bit higher, we will be. But you can kind of see where we've come. We started close to that lake down there. We parked pretty much near it and hiked up to this dead forest, and then up this ridge here. And yeah, we have a stellar view. We would be able to see Mount St. Helens and Mount Adams from here if it wasn't cloudy, but there's more lakes in the distance and just a lot of the Mount Hood wilderness out there. And as you can see, we are just in this harsh landscape now. Very ashy and full of volcanic rock. Everything's jagged and it's kind of a scary setting. Mount Hood is right there. I think we're trying to get on top of that little peak right there. I'm not really sure. I think that's what that is though. It's called the Barnett Spur. So hopefully we can summit that and get a good view.
Hopefully it clears up too, because this would
be gorgeous.
Hike would have been so awesome. But
would have been more awesome.
More awesome.
Yeah.
True.
I think at the very least we will get to see some glaciers, or we'll get a view of a glacier. But
I feel like we're so close to all these clouds.
Yeah.
Because we are, but...
Well, we're higher than those over there. You see those?
Yeah.
So I was doing a bit of research and on Mount Hood's history, and apparently the last time it erupted was 1866 or something like that. So it has been quiet for a long time, but scientists have said that it's not completely dormant, it's mostly dormant, but there's still a very, very small chance that it could erupt again within our lifetimes. I think the statistic was like 3 to 7% in the next 30 years. So pretty unlikely that Mount Hood will erupt in my lifetime, but it's not impossible. We're officially inside the cloud. It's blowing all around us. That's pretty spooky. Up into the misty white. You can kind of see how fast the clouds are moving up here. Gusting around. It's getting pretty cold. Pretty sure they're like forming around us.
Yeah, it is chilly.
Yeah, it's cold now.
I'm putting my sweatshirt on right now.
Getting out of the wind for a sec. You can now really see what we've got to go up. It's going to be kind of a scramble if we can even get up there. See how windy it is up there. But this is the view. It's pretty incredible. We are super high up. And luckily this cloud isn't really stormy. It's more just windy and cloudy. It's not raining or anything, but it's crazy. Windy. I apologize for the wind noise, but I wanted to show you guys this. There's a bit of the mountains coming into view, and that is a glacier. It's coming more into view by the minute. We might get a lucky minute of clear. We'll see. Even more of that glacier up there.
Oh my god.
Beautiful.
That's so pretty.
Martha's loving it. The wind just stopped for a sec. Wow, that's nice. It's cold, like my face is so cold. I've never felt anything like this before. This feels pretty hardcore, like mountaineering. No, it's not, but it feels like it. Sun's just barely trying to poke through. Wow. Fun. That feels good. Just for a second. Awesome. Time to ascend the hill. Hit by a cloud again. Look at this perfect U valley down there. I think it was probably formed by a glacier. It just does not look natural though. It's so symmetrical. There's the ridge we walked up on the sun. Oh my god. Yeah, definitely a glacial valley.
So fucking cool.
There's the glacier that made that valley. It's just receded a lot. Wow. Alright, now we just gotta scramble right up there. Look at this nice edge ridge. Just a big drop that way. And a big drop that way. Pretty spooky. Exposure there. Probably about, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000 feet drop that way. Pretty crazy. Alright, let's get across this ridge. Carefully. Just hold on this rock. Here we go. That is so spooky. Look at these jagged rocks. We officially made it to the top. There's a giant glacier right there. I'll look up the name in a sec. Crazy exposure. And if it was clear, Mount Hood is right there. We're at 7,800 feet. And Mount Hood's about 11,100, so there's still 3,000 feet up in the air to go. So yeah, we're just gonna sit down and enjoy our time up here, eat some more Cliff Bars, and hope Mount Hood comes into view. We'll see. Alright, little update time. This is about as much as the mountain we've been able to see but the glaciers are really beautiful. I got some pictures of them. That one is called Co Glacier, and that one's called Lad Glacier. Some interesting names. Yeah, that might be the most of the mountain we see, but it's really beautiful. And this view is especially beautiful. Try not to get vertigo. In person, it's kind of crazy. It's really far drop. It's scaring me. Here's a little scared selfie mode. Absolutely gorgeous, even with the clouds. The glacial valley is so cool looking. Never seen anything like that. And then, yeah, you can kind of see what we came up that way. Pretty insane. We started all the way down. Let's see, there's the lake about there. So, yeah, we've come a long way. And I think we camped in that valley there. So, we are kind of an unfathomable high up. That didn't make sense. You get what I mean. We're so high up, it's hard to comprehend how high up we are. Like, I can't even think of how far down that is. Like, I don't know. My brain just doesn't know how to compute it. It's kind of, I was saying, it was kind of unsettling being up here.
Very unforgiving.
Yeah, unforgiving, for sure. So, we're going to be very careful when we head down. Very careful. Quick phone video on the way down. We found a massive huckleberry patch, and we are picking huckleberries so we can have them on our pancakes in the morning, and it's gonna be glorious. There's just so many here, and I think we'll get some more on the way down as well. But yeah, picking some berries. All right, we are officially back to the car. Martha made some wonderful chicken quesadillas for us, and we had some chips and salsa and donuts. This is probably just gonna be our campsite for the night. There's like basically no one at this trailhead that we saw all day. We didn't see a single person on this part of the trail all day. Mount Hood has come back into view, of course, right as we get done with the hike. We can just watch the sunset on the mountain and then get up in the morning and hopefully see it again while we have breakfast. One last thing before the night, I repositioned the car so that we just have an epic view of Hood just right out our window while we lay down. Martha's gotten all comfy so I can kind of show you the setup, which I think I'm going to do a full setup video later this trip. But anyway, yeah, so we can wake up and then just peep out the window and look what's right there, Mount Hood.
Can I show my POV right now as I'm laying down?
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh yeah.
Sideways.
I'm sleeping sideways.
Oh, one cool thing as well. So, to give you an idea of where we were today, I'll zoom it in, and I think I just took a photo. That, it's called the Barnett Spur, that little hill right there, is what we were on top of, that little middle point of it. So what we could see is like kind of just that bottom chunk, and all of the top we just couldn't see because it was shrouded in clouds. So that's too bad, but you know, I think we'll go up there again someday, probably not too far in the future, and hopefully see it in its full beauty next time. We're gonna head to bed. I'll see you guys in the morning for pancakes with blueberries, and hopefully one last view of Mount Hood. Good morning. Welcome back to Mount Hood for one last time.
Good morning.
As I said last night, we are making huckleberry pancakes. Here are the huckleberries that we picked. We put a lot in the batter as well. Oh, live pour going on right now. Looks pretty tasty. Wow. Here's the final product. Oh, you can add more than that. Add way more than that. Get a bunch. There we go. Huckleberries, pancakes, and maple syrup. I got it. Oh man, it's melted shut. Oh, I got it. You missed it. That good?
First time having huckleberry pancakes.
Pretty good?
That's amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really good.
It mixes with the syrup because they're tart, so like it's not like too sweet or anything.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh yeah, I forgot the final trip stats for yesterday. Get off me, wasp. So we went, I think, about 12 miles in total, and our total elevation gain was around 4,200 feet. So 4,200 feet is just 1,000 feet short of a vertical mile. So one of these days we got to do a hike where we get a vertical mile. But I will say I was pretty much at my limit yesterday. I was shaky legs the whole way down because I was so sore. Like my muscles were at their brink. Well, thank you guys for watching the Mount Hood video all the way to the end. And make sure to stay tuned in the next week or so for the next video on this trip, which I think will be the northern part of the Oregon coast. We're going to do some tide pooling, hit some shops. We're going to drive through Portland today. I don't know. I'll probably film a little bit of that. So yeah, stay tuned. This is going to be a fun trip. And I'll see you guys in the next one.